This morning, our series Eye on Earth explores how climate change is threatening a symbol of Christmas. This is the season for Santa's famous reindeer, but at the North Pole, the herds are plummeting in size. Over the past 20 years, wild reindeer and caribou populations have declined by more than 2 million. Mark Phillips takes us to what's called Santa's hometown to find out why these animals are struggling to survive after more than 1 million years on Earth.
Good morning from northern Finland, about 300 miles north of the Arctic Circle. Reindeer country, that's them in the distance over there. But this isn't about Santa Claus ho 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 kinds of reindeer. This reindeer story is no laughing matter. It's more than 1,000 miles from up here in the high Arctic of Finland to the North Pole as the reindeer flies. But that hasn't stopped the Finns from naming Rovaniemi, the capital of Lapland, Santa's hometown, where Rudolph's cousins provide sleigh rides, albeit on the ground, and where you-know-who welcomes children of all ages. But all is not what it seems in this winter wonderland. So Rudolph here, real name Yermo, is a healthy young reindeer, but hundreds of thousands of others are in real trouble. To find the real reindeer and the real trouble, you've got to go about 250 miles north of Santa's village, and then drive a snowmobile another 30 or so miles across rough open tundra in temperatures approaching zero. But winter, even up here, isn't what it used to be. Our guide is Ante Gaupjuso from the ancient Sami people who have been herding reindeer since the dawn of time. And the climate here in Lapland, he says, is changing.
If it's warm weather, then snow gonna be...
It melts?
It melts, and the next day is cold. Freeze.
Yeah. Does it happen more often now where you have rain or warm weather and then the snow melts? Does that happen more in the last few years than it used to happen?
last 10 years.
And this is the result. Reindeer are dying. A big die-off was discovered on the Arctic islands of Svalbard last summer. And the huge wild herds of caribou, same animal, which roam across Alaska and northern Canada, have been reduced by half, according to a recent government report. So they dig down through the snow. And Ante, the reindeer herder, knows why.
This is it, what they're looking for.
Right. The reindeer feed even through the winter on lichen, a mossy plant they dig down through the snow to get at, except when all that thawing and refreezing means they can't. And when the snow turns to ice, what happens to the reindeer?
We have to feed them.
Because they can't dig for the food.
No, we have to give them extra food.
Up here in the land of the northern lights, it's a constant battle. Ante lives in a village of just 10 houses, 5 families, no power, no running water. The most remote village in Finland, he says, which is saying something. And every day he travels up to 60 miles each way through the few hours of dim winter light to find the herd and check it's okay. How many reindeer do you herd? How many do you have?
I have some reindeers, but it's same thing if I ask you how much you have money on the bank.
To you, the reindeer are your money in the bank.
My reindeer is my whole...
whatever you're worth?
My whole worth.
They run about 5,000 animals, and right now it's reindeer roundup time. Ante and his wonder dog, Benna, gather the scattered herd and drive them south to where they can bring them feed, and where a few are sold off to the reindeer meat market. It's how they make their living. It's a gorgeous, if frigid dance of man, animal, and machine. It's very hard work up here.
Yeah, that is hard work some days.
Why don't you leave and go work in the city or something?
I don't know, this is my life.
These reindeer in Finland are the lucky ones. They have the Sami herders to look after them. For tens of thousands of other ones elsewhere, though, the human influence hasn't been so kind.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to move from there to the city either.
No,
I want to move
no,
from
I
here
wouldn't
and
either.
go do that job, but it sounds like it's pretty endangered. It's pretty disturbing numbers.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful pictures, but a serious problem.
Yeah.
Human influence.
I like Benny, that little dog.
Yes, I love
One
Benny.
of those.
Very